Hey guys, welcome back to Olympia Plays. Today before we get started, we will be reacting to Storybooth. And I've been watching them last year and I loved their channel. Uh-oh, it started. So, it actually started, but this YouTube channel is like, some are not like kid appropriate, so I don't watch them. They're like PG-13 for 13 and older, not for 13 and younger. I'm not 13 yet, I'm not a teen yet, so this one is kid appropriate. Some of their videos are kid appropriate. I'll link their videos down below. I'll link this video down below and their channel. Yeah, let's start the reaction. Storybooth, real stories animated. Oh wait, before we start this video. Alright, before we start this video, I wanted to tell you that, these YouTubers, actually happened in Storybooth. They have a .com. I'm going to put it down in the description, where you record your voice and they animate your stories. That's why way in the beginning it says Real Stories Animated. So that will be linked down below in the descriptions too.
I was sitting quietly in my chair, relaxing before takeoff, just reading a book, and suddenly a man just appeared next to me. Sat down without saying hello, without acknowledging me, without looking at me even. That man was probably in his mid-40s. He had a long, dark beard, and as the flight attendants prepared the plane to take off, the man started mumbling to himself in Arabic. He was shaking and sweating profusely and shifting in his chair a lot. The plane began its takeoff and the man started mumbling to himself stronger and stronger. I was sitting next to him completely terrified. I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. All I could think about was just to focus on my breathing. 5 in, 5 out. Breathe in, breathe out. The only thing I could do to not lose my mind. But as I was focusing on my breath, I suddenly noticed on my lap the book that I was reading beforehand. And I noticed one specific line that I marked for myself to read. When fear is present in us, we bring awareness to it. We smile to it and call it by its true name. I noticed that the man that was sitting next to me was looking over at the book that I was holding in my hands. And without thinking twice, I offered it to him. I just said, "It's a great book."
Alright, sorry, I have to keep stopping it. It's because my baby sister keeps breaking in. Awesome. She's only 2, but...
Next to me was looking over at the book that I was holding in my hands. And without thinking twice, I offered it to him. I just said, "It's a great book." The man took the book in his hands, looked over at me and asked me, "What's it about?" And I answered, "It's about peace." The man looked at the book, read it a little bit, and then looked back at me and asked me, "Where are you from?" And although I was still scared, I took a deep breath and I looked back at him and said, "I'm from Israel." He got quiet for a moment. But then he said that the media in his country portrays Israelis as evil people. But here we are, the both of us, sharing a book about peace. We both smiled in relief, and before I knew it, this man that was a complete, terrifying stranger...
First, he smiles like a creepy douchebag. Just saying, like, repeat that part. When they smile at each other.
We both smiled in relief, and before I knew it, this man that was a complete, terrifying stranger to me just 10 minutes ago was sharing with me pictures of his home and his family, and even one very, very personal fact about him. He was afraid of flying. I remember myself at 12 years old, sitting in my living room and watching the live broadcast of the airplanes hitting the World Trade Center at 9/11. I remember how much fear I felt from uncertainty, from not knowing who did this. And I remember the newspapers that followed that day that were filled with pictures of men that looked exactly like that man that sat next to me on the airplane. Our real power as human beings is our ability to become mindful in a situation and to see the whole picture, to acknowledge the fear that runs us from the inside and to choose to act differently when we can. So maybe we can take the 15th anniversary of 9/11 as a reminder to ourselves that change has to begin with us and that we have so much power because we are truly in this together.
Sorry guys, this happens all the time. There's like a glitch in my phone that it won't stop getting me like ads, so I'm sorry about that. So hope you guys enjoy. Let me just subscribe to their channel. Alright, whatever. As you can see, as I told you, not all videos are kid appropriate. Like, an older boy took advantage of me. I watched half of it and it's like bad, so I got out. He's reading Wonder. That is awesome. Let's do one more reaction because I want to see Wonder. Alright, let's just see. Okay, now you can stop. Okay, never mind. Now you can stop.
I was born with a rare syndrome called tilted disc syndrome. It affects 1 to 2% of the population, and I was one of the unfortunate ones to get it. This caused my eye to be in this awkward location. My parents didn't notice it until I was 3, and when I finally went to the doctor for the first time to see about the problem, they said they couldn't do anything about it.
The first time.
So for most of my childhood, I had to live.
When you grow up, you're supposed to be in the doctor, or not. Because when my mom told me a story, one of her parents had their kids when they were outside. She just randomly got a kid, and I was like, I looked at her like super frustrated and nervous. And I was like, nope, I am adopting a child. And I was like, no way I'm doing that. I'm just adopting a child.
This caused a lot of bullying. And a lot of kids to call me ugly, and a lot of kids thought I was blind. I didn't trust anyone.
Guys, don't bully each
other.
other.
I had who didn't care about how I looked. Around this time, there was a new book that came out called Wonder, so I finally decided to read it. And this gave me a lot of inspiration to stand up, because even though I was born with this weird syndrome, I knew I was still beautiful. It's just the other kids were too blind to see it. I got through my elementary school years, and I finally got the treatment I needed, so then I could have a normal appearance. Though there were a lot of side effects. I did get sick, and I got a lot of headaches, but that was only for a few months, and then finally I was good. But they had to plant these metal implants so then my eye could be adjusted, and that caused some weird facial expressions. So whenever I grinned, it would look really weird. And whenever I was looking over at someone, my eyes would be really wide open. A lot of kids started to call me the devil, and it was really, really sad. It's caused a lot of depression in me. Though I thought of what the Wonder Kid, Augie, would do, and I realized that who cares? You be you. You're amazing. I just went with that throughout my middle school years. I'm a freshman in high school now. And I don't care how I look. I don't care if I have a weird facial expression. I don't care if I once was a freak. I just be myself. And that is what gets you through life. So to all those people who are being bullied out there for their looks, just remember, you are beautiful on the inside, and that's all that matters.
There is a memorial of this, to just know you're beautiful. Period. Alright, guys, that's where we wrap the video. So all I have to say, link in the description for the channel, and those 2 videos that I reacted to will also be in the description. Their .com will be in the description, and bye guys. Goodbye, everybody.